Good morning from Crabtree Hollow. Nice day out here in the Northwest. Nice day to be in shop in the Northwest too. Anyway, today I'd like to just talk to you about refinishing or refreshing, as I call it, utilitarian bowls and whatnot. Just anything that that you have that you had finished, that you finished it, and or that matter that somebody else did, and now it's in your possession, and maybe there's some, as I call it, shop wear on it, or just plain scratches. So there's the polyurethane type finish that when I have a demonstration pieces, just from people handling them, maybe it's a ring that they rake across the finish and scratch it some, whatever it might be that puts a little scratch on these things, they need to be taken out from time to time. And so that's what I want to do. I want to talk to you about the bowls and just from use, from everyday use, these bowls will get they just won't feel smooth. So when it comes time to refresh these bowls, whatever it might be, I like to use this little guy here because the 3-inch Velcro padded disc will fit in here. There's this one has some soft cushioning on it. This one is harder. So whatever, on the refreshing of these things, I like to put on the soft disc, and I usually will go back and use the same grit that I used to finish the piece with on these, the 240. If I grab a 320, that's okay too. But anyway, I will, just go around, and it doesn't take much. Just a quick round, and you've got this thing. Now, when it comes to the polyurethane finish, I generally will, go to an 800 to take the little scratches out or the little dings out or whatever. That's just so I don't have to put hopefully more than 2 more finish coats on the piece. I use filtered walnut oil exclusively on my utilitarian pieces. In fact, there's only 2 finishes that I really use, and that's filtered walnut oil, and then for my looky-loo pieces, I use the polyurethane. So I don't know about if you have oils with waxes in them and things like that. I don't know how to go about taking care of that so much. I imagine it would be about the same way. But when you refresh these things, they just feel a lot better to the touch, and it's good to refresh them with the filtered walnut oil from time to time, just because of the daily wear. Like this bowl, really nothing gets into this bowl except for maybe an occasional salad or something like that. But for the most part, it's dry goods in this. Now, this guy, it's hard to say what will happen with it, and who uses it or whatever. So to keep them up, to keep them refreshed, is a good thing. They'll give you a lot longer service if you keep them maintained like that. Another thing that I'd like to show you is This is King 2, and he's ready to be finished. But I want to show you an aid. I call these donuts. And sometimes when you take them off the lathe, they don't have a good bottom on them to stand them up. So I make these, I have a whole stack of them in my shelf there. I make these donuts that I can put these on so they do stand up straight, and that way I can look at them. So this is a little aid just to help me to look at these to determine what these things need to get them finished out. And since I was finishing this out, this is a nice, going to be a very beautiful, I think, maple. Anyway, I want to, you know, when I've already done this, but I'll go back through it again. I started with about 40 grit on this thing. It was very much out of round, and it just needed a whole lot of attention to it. So before I started, I definitely, you know, come in and to see how the bottom was, to make sure that I had enough bottom. But the main reason what I wanted to talk to you about right now is this little here. I have my tendon for my jaws to go, and then I have treat myself nice wood. As you can see, I left a lot of wood here for this. Now, I have all this wood left just because I didn't need to bring the bottom down anymore. But I have enough wood in there now that I can cut it away and finish right here at the edge of the bottom. This is something that is very important when you need it. If I needed to bring the bottom down more, I would have had wood for this. But now I have enough that I don't get in and cheat myself by not having enough room to finish around the edge. I thought I might as well go ahead and show how I start applying polyurethane to these pieces. And catching, and you'll see that this grain in here will absolutely pop when I put this on. I sometimes put a second coat on with it still on the tendon, but I like to cut that off as soon as I can and finish the bottom along with the rest of it, just so it looks the same. This is the reason why I like vases. I think they're just absolutely gorgeous. Now when I get through putting this first coat on, and then after just a little bit, which this is still soaking in quite a bit, so I'll keep putting it on, and when it comes time, then I'll take like the rest of this paper towel that I have here, and I will wipe it off clean. Then I'll remove it from the chuck and pour polyurethane inside and douse it in there. I'll spend quite a bit of time putting that finish on the inside also. But no, I want to give my customers, I want anybody that buys a piece from me, I want them, you know, to be happy that they bought it. I don't want them to have regrets. I want their company that comes into their houses or places of business, wherever this might be displayed, and I want the owners to get compliments on them. And that's my attitude about it. I have the tools to do it. The Hollowing King tool is the tool for these jobs, and with practice, anybody can turn out pieces like this. Okay, I've let this sit for a little bit. I don't want to let that polyurethane that's on there dry too much. I want to get that as much polyurethane off of this vase as I can right now. And that's, you know, I don't want to take the chances of there be dust in it, things like that. I don't think the design of something is as important as the flow of what you do. The flow of the piece is really what brings the eyes to it. Here's a bowl that I finished out today too. Anyway, what I want to show you mostly is how I finish this off. The bottom, that is. I have parted it off. I parted it down to where you can see right here. This little nub. So now I'm going to go over here to the drill press where I have my sanding disc mounted, and I will take this down. I'll start with probably 120 and go to 240 on it. I've got a little bit of tear out in here. Not bad. It'll all come out. Mainly, what you don't want to do is overheat this sanding disc, because then that overheats the wood and you'll get heat checks in the wood. Don't go from like 180 or 120, excuse me, don't go from like 80 or 120 up to 400 to finish these out, because it'll leave scratches in there and you won't see them until after you put the finish on it. As you can see now, I've parted this bowl off. It is oblong. It has about a 2.5 inch crack right here, which goes all the way through. No mind on that. I've put my name on it, what kind of wood it is, and I've given it a number. Also on the bottom, and I do this on all bottoms, when I get finished sanding it all down and making it, you know, smooth as I think it necessary, then I take 400 sandpaper and I take the edge off of this right here. I just kind of soften that edge on everything. It just makes for a better transition from the bowl itself to the bottom. So anyway, I'm very happy with the color of this. Like I say, it's oblong, it's crooked, it has cracks in it, but somebody will love it.